A story in 5 words.
Dems say men are confused. Tyrus, we've talked about this Speaking with American Men thing that cost $20 million. It finally came out. It was how they were going to try to reach men by studying them. And the conclusion is young men feel crisis, stressed, ashamed, and confused over what it means to be a man in 2025. That's their conclusion.
Were they just interviewing trans men on their team?
Yeah.
Because, no, we're not confused.
Yeah.
I'm still a young man. So we're not confused. We just don't like you.
Yeah.
Like, this is like a guy who's been rejected from an attractive woman trying to find another angle in. And no matter what he does, I'll have a new car. You're still ugly. Hey, I got tickets to the Super Bowl. I'll take one. You're still ugly. There's nothing they can do to fix this because they are the problem. We keep saying this. Until you get rid of the people who started this woke in the Democrat, no decent man, young man, wants to be told that he has to sit with his legs crossed like this.
Wait.
And if somebody... Baker, Mike Baker, show him how men sit.
It's
like
it,
this.
like that.
It's
That's
opened up. Plenty of room.
right.
But my,
You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that.
I'm
You gotta have that room in there.
I'm so comfortable.
I can't. I get claustrophobic if I sit like that. But that's not about me right now.
I just find it uncomfortable if you do that.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Yeah,
but the point is, I'm not talking about the size of his manhood, you sickos. But the point is that we're not confused. You're the ones with the problem. Men left you not because they believed in the democratic stuff of paying everybody why men are the ones who are supposed to work. They left because you told them they didn't matter. They left because you attacked our women. You tried to tell us we didn't know what a woman was. I couldn't call my mother a mother. You take a mother away from his son?
Yeah.
I mean, that was the plan? And you're wondering why dudes are like, I'm good?
Yeah.
Go find a mirror, and whatever your pronoun tells you, you change your pronouns to we up.
Yeah. Brianna, it is like what Tyrus says. The conclusions leave them out of the equation, what they did.
Yeah, look, I mean, if Democrats want to win back the men, they need to be focused on checking off the right kind of boxes. What I read coming up to the election is a lot of men were saying, the reason I want to vote for Donald Trump, even if they were a first-time Republican voter, was because they couldn't put food on the table, they couldn't keep a roof over their head, and a lot of these men had families. Democrats have created policies that have emasculated men, and despite what the left might say, men like to lean into their masculinity and women like to lean into their femininity. And Donald Trump and J.D. Vance came around and said, no, we're going to create an environment in the economy where you can put food on the table and a roof over your family's head and not have to depend upon your wife to become a little more masculine to help fill that, traditional gender role. So I think that kind of spoke to it.
Kennedy, it does feel like, thank you for the pre-applause. They're applauding my question, Kennedy.
Yes,
Isn't
well
that
done,
sweet?
Greg. Well
Yes,
done.
so well. They don't care that I cross my legs like a lady. Hey, Tyrus made me think that the Democrats are almost like a stalker. Like, why won't you take my calls?
Yeah, so like an abusive relationship where someone's like horrible to the other person and the other person's like, screw this, and tries to slowly back out, and they're like, why didn't you call me back?
Yes.
Just because I called you a dick and shortcheated your bed and slashed your tires, Chuck Todd? But the problem
It was you.
Yeah. Donald Trump sent me. Okay, the problem with Democrats is everything was based around identity politics, and all of identity politics hinged upon demonizing white men. Like every single thing they had, white men had to be the oppressors there. They had to be the ones who were inflicting the most pain on society, and they had to be made to pay for it. So that was what they did, and then they were surprised, like, wait a second, don't you guys love identity politics? And they're like, no, the entire system excludes us entirely. Like, who is that fun for?
No.
And now they're doing this clumsy thing where they're sneaking up to people in gyms and asking them about their feelings and pronoun preferences, and no one's having it. And, of course, they demonize protein, and they demonize exercise, and they demonize running. Meanwhile, there are a bunch of ripped liberals who have been lifting weights forever, but they can't help themselves because even in 2016, who are they attacking? Bernie bros.
Yeah.
So it's like Hillary's people were attacking the Bernie bros who were doing the same things. They were trying to better their lives themselves because they knew the government wasn't going to do it for them.
That's a great point. They had bros in their midst, and they all over them. Mike, some might say you're a man's man. I might even say you're
look
a
at the way I'm
man's
sitting,
man.
Greg. Just the way that I'm sitting.
Classic man's way of sitting right there.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
It's a lot of men, Tyrus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think? What advice would you give to the Democrat Party?
I would tell them to not be a pack of and I would suggest that if you're the party that says you can have dozens of genders and then gender's fluid and that you use words like intersectionality, then you're it doesn't matter how much money you give away to some grifter organization to do a study. $20 million to do this study? Are you crazy? They clearly are. Look, so I would just say get back to the basics. They're not going to be able to make this work, right? Because for all the reasons that have just been said, they've spent all this time telling men that they're toxic, right? And telling it's okay, and a man can get pregnant. Good God, we ended up with an emoji of a pregnant man at one point.
That's right.
The New York Times came out with a story today. They were so confused. The headline was something like, straight woman wins job discrimination suit, right? And you read the article, and you could tell that they were just, how could this happen?
Right.
And then they talked about how, a white fireman, is going to win a job discrimination suit because he was pushed out for DEI. And you think, there's no saving them, frankly.
Yeah. But what you said, too, when you said basics, you're talking about foundational principles. They don't have any.
No.
It's like when you give up biology, what's left?
Right.
They got rid of God, and then they get rid of nature. What's left?
I mean, to say a man could get pregnant.
Marshmallows?
Listen, if there was any man on this planet that could get himself pregnant, it would have been me.
Yes.
So clearly it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And that's just me sitting next to myself.
Yes.
I thought J.B. Pritzker was pregnant, but then it turns out he's just fat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Up next, the truth about those wildfires.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.